Imagine waking up, not as a passenger, trapped in the relentless rush of modern life, but as the captain of your morning, awake, aware, and fully in charge of your emotional landscape. Most of us stumble out of bed, tangled in anxiety and obligations, driven by an autopilot of reaction rather than intentional action. But what if the moment you open your eyes, you could flip the script completely? What if instead of surrendering to the frenzy outside, you embraced a powerful, quiet strength from within, rooted in Stoic wisdom that anchors you to what truly matters? This video will take you on a transformative journey where mornings become more than a mere start to a day. They become a deliberate act of reclaiming your mind, your purpose, and your peace. We dive deep into how to break free from the chains of external pressures and frantic shoulds. By tapping into Stoicism's core, understanding that the only thing truly in your control is your response, your choice to nurture presence over panic, reason over impulse. Here you learn to rise not because the world demands it, but because you define the meaning of your day. You'll discover how affirmations grounded in Stoic principles don't just calm the mind, they realign your entire being with your highest purpose, transforming every morning into a powerful declaration of who you are and who you intend to become. As the day unfolds, the difference becomes undeniable. Instead of reacting to chaos, you become the calm at the center of the storm. Instead of losing yourself in others' expectations or urgent demands, you fiercely protect your essential self, responding only to what fuels your growth and virtue. Living by this disciplined yet compassionate mindset, you shift from being a mere effect of the world's pressures to becoming the true cause of your reality. Crafting each moment with conscious choice, clarity, and an unshakable sense of direction. By the end, this isn't just about morning affirmations. It's about awakening your inner philosopher, turning a simple ritual into a profound act of self-mastery. You'll walk away inspired to greet every dawn, not with dread or distraction, but with a powerful, Stoic armor of intention, resilience, and purpose, ready to shape your life rather than letting life shape you. Are you ready to own your mornings and through them your entire day? Let's begin. If this is making sense to you so far, like the video and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Someone who, like many of us, yearns to reclaim their mornings from the relentless current of modern life. You see, the journey to becoming the captain of your morning begins not with a loud declaration, but with a quiet, profound realization, the understanding of what truly lies within your power. Most of us live as if everything around us, every external event, every person's opinion, every fleeting notification, holds the reins of our peace. We wake up, and before our feet even touch the floor, our minds are already scrolling through a mental feed of obligations, anxieties, and external demands. The world outside feels like a powerful magnet, pulling us in 1,000 different directions, and we, as unwitting passengers, simply brace ourselves for the ride. But Stoicism, with its bedrock principle of the dichotomy of control, offers us a radical, liberating alternative. Epictetus, the former slave who became one of Stoicism's most influential teachers, didn't mince words. Some things are in our control, and others are not. Sounds simple, almost too obvious, right? Yet, this seemingly straightforward statement is the key to unlocking an unshakable inner tranquility. What is in our control? Our opinions, our impulses, our desires, our aversions, In short, our judgments and our reactions. What is not in our control, our body, our property, our reputation, our office. In short, anything outside of our own will. Think about this in the context of your morning. The alarm blares, and immediately a cascade of thoughts floods your mind. I didn't get enough sleep. I have that dreaded meeting today. The traffic is going to be terrible. I need to reply to those emails. My kids are going to be late. But each of these thoughts, when left unchecked, acts like a tiny anchor, dragging your spirit down before the day has even truly begun. But here's where the Stoic distinction becomes your superpower. You can't control the fact that you have a meeting, or the state of traffic, or the demands of your email inbox. You cannot control if your children will cooperate perfectly. These are external circumstances, part of the indifferent fabric of the world. However, you can control your opinion about these things. You can choose not to let the thought of the meeting fill you with dread, but instead to approach it as an opportunity to practice professionalism and clear communication, regardless of the outcome. You can decide that while traffic is an annoyance, it also provides an unexpected moment of solitude to listen to a podcast, practice mindfulness, or simply breathe. You can choose your impulse to react to a demanding email with frustration, or instead to approach it with thoughtful composure. The chaos outside is not the captain of your inner ship. You are. This realization is not about denying reality or pretending problems don't exist. It's about a profound redirection of your mental energy. Instead of fruitlessly wrestling with what's beyond your grasp, you consciously, deliberately turn your attention inward. You focus on the only territory you truly command: your judgments, your reactions, your character. This is the moment you begin to feel the shift. The weight of the uncontrollable begins to lift, not because the external circumstances have changed, but because your relationship to them has. You're no longer a leaf buffeted by the wind. You become a deeply rooted tree, swaying, yes, but never toppled. To truly embed this principle into your morning, consider a small practical exercise. As you open your eyes each day, before you reach for your phone or even swing your legs out of bed, take a moment. Close your eyes again. Mentally list the top 3 things that are already causing you a sense of urgency or anxiety about the day ahead. Now, with each item, ask yourself, is this within my absolute control? The presentation I have to give, no, not the outcome, but my preparation, my delivery, my attitude are the boss's reaction to it. Definitely not the client's difficult demands. No, but my response, my professional boundary setting are my health. To a degree, I control my habits, but not every illness or genetic predisposition. As you practice this, you'll start to instinctively categorize. The relief that washes over you as you mentally release what's not yours to manage is immense. It creates space in your mind, space in your heart, for purposeful action on what is within your power. This is the quiet strength that anchors you, allowing you to rise not because the world demands it, but because you define the meaning of your day. It's about cultivating an inner citadel, a fortress of your own judgments and values, impervious to the external storms. Once you firmly establish this understanding of control, the next natural step is to actively infuse your conscious choices with intention. This brings us to the profound practice of Stoic affirmations. But let me be clear, these are not the feel-good, wishful thinking affirmations you might find on a self-help poster. Stoic affirmations are not about deluding yourself into believing something untrue. They are about reminding yourself of truths, committing to principles, and preparing your mind for the reality of life's challenges. They are deeply rooted in reason, virtue, and acceptance. Think of them less as a magic spell and more as a daily mental tuning, a recalibration of your inner compass. When you wake up, your mind is often a whirlwind of fragmented thoughts, pulling you in disparate directions. Stoic affirmations act as a gravitational force, drawing your mental energy back to your core values and principles. They are spoken or thought declarations that align your entire being with your highest purpose, transforming every morning into a powerful declaration of who you are and who you intend to become, not just today, but continually. How do you craft these powerful statements? They are built on the pillars of Stoic wisdom. 1. Affirmations of virtue. Stoicism places virtue, wisdom, justice, courage, temperance as the sole good. So an affirmation might be, "Today I will act with wisdom in my decisions, justice in my dealings, courage in the face of difficulty, and temperance in my desires." This isn't just a feel-good phrase. It's a commitment, a blueprint for ethical conduct throughout your day. It sets a standard for your character. 2. Affirmations of control. Dichotomy of Control revisited. Directly applying Epictetus's wisdom, I will distinguish between what is within my control and what is not, and I will focus my energy solely on my responses and actions. Or more personally, I choose my reaction to every challenge that arises today, for my inner peace depends on it. This keeps you anchored, preventing mental energy drain on fruitless worries. Affirmations of acceptance, amor fati, or the love of fate, is a profound Stoic concept, not a passive resignation, but an active embrace of everything that happens, recognizing it as part of the grand tapestry of existence and as an opportunity for growth. An affirmation here could be, I accept what is, and I will find purpose and opportunity in every circumstance that presents itself today, knowing that all things can serve my growth. This pre-arms you against unexpected setbacks, turning potential stumbling blocks into stepping stones. Affirmations of impermanence, memento mori, a reminder of our mortality and the fleeting nature of time. Not to induce dread, but to inspire urgency and appreciation. Today is a gift, and I will live it with intention, aware that time is finite and precious. Or, I will not postpone living, for this day is all I truly possess. This helps cut through procrastination and prioritize what truly matters. 5. Affirmations of perspective. Stepping back to see the bigger picture. Universal perspective. My troubles are small in the vastness of the cosmos, and I will approach them with calm reason and a spirit of service to humanity. This is especially potent when you feel overwhelmed by seemingly insurmountable problems. The ritual of practicing these isn't about rote repetition. It's about quiet reflection. Find a moment, perhaps after your morning exercise or during a quiet cup of coffee, to truly sit with these chosen affirmations. Say them aloud, if possible, or silently, letting each word resonate within you. Feel the commitment. Visualize yourself living out these principles throughout the day. What does wisdom look like in your first meeting? How does temperance guide your choices at lunch? How does courage manifest when a difficult conversation arises. This isn't just mental gymnastics. It's a profound act of self-authorship. You are literally writing the script for your day, guided by your highest self. As you consistently anchor your mornings with these Stoic practices, the difference becomes undeniable. Instead of stumbling into the day, reacting to chaos, you become the calm at the center of the storm. The external world doesn't necessarily change. Deadlines still loom. Difficult colleagues might still exist. Unexpected challenges will undoubtedly arise. But you change. The morning ritual doesn't just end when you walk out the door. It becomes an internal armor, a guiding philosophy that extends its influence throughout every hour. Consider this. You've affirmed your commitment to wisdom and temperance. Now, imagine a typical workday scenario. Your inbox is overflowing. Your phone is buzzing with urgent requests, and a colleague just dropped a new, unexpected task on your plate. The old you might have felt a surge of panic, a sense of being overwhelmed, scrambling to respond to every demand immediately. But the new you, anchored by your morning practice, pauses. You tap into that internal fortitude. Wisdom guides you to prioritize, to distinguish between what's truly urgent and what can wait, or even what's not your responsibility at all. It prompts you to assess the situation calmly rather than emotionally. Temperance allows you to resist the impulse to react immediately to every notification. It helps you manage your time and energy judiciously, saying no gracefully when necessary, without guilt or apology. Understanding that your capacity is finite and your well-being is paramount. Courage steps in when you need to set a boundary, to advocate for your own workload, or to address a conflict directly but respectfully, rather than letting resentment simmer. Justice reminds you to consider the impact of your actions on others, to be fair in your judgments, and to contribute to the greater good of your team or community. This is what it means to protect your essential self. You are fiercely guarding your time, your energy, and your peace from the relentless assault of external pressures. You're not losing yourself in others' expectations or urgent demands. You're responding only to what fuels your growth and virtue, aligning with your own well-defined purpose. It's a disciplined yet compassionate mindset that allows you to shift from being a mere effect of the world's pressures to becoming the true cause of your reality. You begin to craft each moment with conscious choice, clarity, and an unshakable sense of direction. The Stoic concept of premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils, also extends your morning practice into a daily mental exercise. This isn't about being pessimistic. It's about being prepared. Seneca advised us to rehearse evils. Every morning after your affirmations, take a few minutes to mentally walk through potential challenges or annoyances you might face. What if my commute is delayed? What if someone criticizes my work unfairly? What if a plan falls apart? By mentally confronting these possibilities in advance, you strip them of their power to surprise and overwhelm you. You can pre-decide your Stoic response. If traffic is bad, I will practice patience. If I face criticism, I will listen calmly and evaluate if it holds truth. Otherwise, letting it pass. If a plan fails, I will adapt and find a new path. This isn't just about preparing for the worst. It's about ensuring you always have a ready, reasoned response, rather than being swept away by emotional reactions. It inoculates you against the inevitable shocks and disappointments of life. Living by this framework, you'll find yourself making conscious choices where before you might have reacted on autopilot. Instead of mindlessly scrolling through social media during a break, you might choose to read a few pages of a book or simply sit in quiet reflection, actively recharging your mental batteries. Instead of complaining about a frustrating situation, you'll seek the lesson within it, the opportunity to practice patience or resilience. This transformation is subtle at first, then becomes profoundly impactful. You start to see yourself not as a victim of circumstances, but as an active agent in shaping your experience of the world. Each day becomes a laboratory for self-mastery, a canvas on which you deliberately paint your character. By the end of this journey, this isn't just about morning affirmations. It's about awakening your inner philosopher, turning a simple ritual into a profound act of self-mastery. It's about realizing that true freedom doesn't come from external circumstances aligning perfectly with our desires, but from cultivating an inner state that is unshakable, regardless of what life throws our way. It's about recognizing that our most valuable possession is our ability to choose our response, to shape our judgments, and to align our actions with virtue. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor, understood this deeply when he wrote in his Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. This isn't just a poetic statement. It's a practical blueprint for living. The strength he speaks of isn't physical prowess or external influence. It's the quiet, potent power to master yourself. It's the ability to meet the world on your own terms, not as a helpless observer, but as a deliberate participant, fully in command of your inner landscape. So as you step into each new day, remember that the dawn is not just the start of another 24 hours. It's a fresh opportunity, a blank slate, a moment of profound choice. Will you let the currents of external demands pull you where they may? Or will you seize the helm, hoist your sails, and navigate your day with intention, resilience, and purpose? Will you let life shape you, or will you rise each morning ready to shape your life? The power is yours, always. It resides in that sacred space between stimulus and response, a space you can cultivate and expand every single morning. If this video has resonated with you, if it sparked a new way of thinking about your mornings and your life, please consider hitting the like button, subscribing to the channel for more insights, and sharing your thoughts in the comments below. What Stoic principle will you embrace to become the captain of your mornings? I'd love to hear your reflections.